he starts to go deeper into everything that's going on. And he's like, I love my wife, but sometimes she's not super nice. And she's been saying to the dog, if you pee on the carpet, we're going to get rid of you.
Oh.
Right. So I'm like, okay, well, that's putting a lot of stress on somebody who's afraid they're going to fail. And when I explained this to him, you wouldn't think, he was this New Yorker living in, he started to cry and he was like, it never occurred to me that that's what we were doing. We didn't think that our dog had the ability to really understand and that we were putting that sort of pressure. And he was like, this has opened up my eyes to why our human kids, they have, their human children don't always call us from college because we put those same sort of, if you're not doing well, we don't want to hear from you. And it really opens your eyes to just as humans, how we communicate with others, our animals, and ourselves. We talk to ourselves in negatives a lot as well. And so that's why it's really hard for us as humans to shift this. But once we start to shift it, it's really eye-opening and it really sets the animals up for success. And I've seen this happen so many times. I've worked with, so many people travel for their job. I was working with this huge German Shepherd who was tearing out his fur and aging every time his guardian, his human, was traveling. And she traveled a lot for business, at least once a month. And she, contacted me and was like, this is horrible because I feel like traveling for work is killing him. And what we did, because she wasn't just leaving, 9 to 5 sort of a thing, we marked it off on the calendar for him. These are the days that she's going to be gone. See this Thursday, the 19th. And we'd mark it all off. And this is where people are like, oh my God, I feel so crazy doing this. I'm creating a calendar for my German Shepherd so they know what days I'm going to be gone. How does this work? And sometimes I'm like, honestly, I don't even know how it works. I don't know how to calendars. I'm not sure, but I know that it works, And so you mark it off on the calendar. You show them, I'm going to be gone Thursday to Monday. And I'm going to be leaving. And the more descriptive you can be, the better. I'm going to be leaving on this day at 6 p.m. I'm going to be coming home on this day at 11 a.m. And I will check in with you. And the checking in is really big. They can feel that energetic check-in and it's comforting to them. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll do that next time I leave.
Yeah. I have a client too in California. Her dog was a senior and she was taking night classes, and because she lived in an apartment building and her dog would howl and howl and howl, all of the neighbors were complaining. So she started recording it on her computer to see how long her dog would bark and howl. And sometimes it would go 3, 4, 5 hours. So of course the neighbors were just like, we can't take this. We want you to move out of the building. So we started working on this and doing this with her dog. And she was like, Rachel, I told my dog I'd be home at 11:05 or at 11 p.m. At like 11:05, 11:10, 5-10 minutes later when I wasn't home, that's when she started howling. She was really good until I wasn't home. She's like, I feel like I'm living with my mom again. I'm in trouble when I'm not home on time. What do I do? And I was like, okay, see, that's when you have to do the check-in. And even I just imagine you're making like a pretend phone call, but it's energetically, like calling them and just reaching out to your dog, whatever their cat, whatever their name is, and saying, hey, I said I was going to be home at 11 p.m. It's going to be 15 more minutes. And yeah, there's a book written by a scientist in England. It's called Dogs That Know When Their Owners Are Coming Home. Have you heard of that?
No, but I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, it's really great. The scientist was able to prove that animals know if you're within a 5-10 mile radius of your house, if you've stopped for gas. He was able to prove this one dog that they were watching, he would respond when his guardian was at work and would just think, I want to go home. The dog would respond. And so, and he talks a lot about this and that, and how we are so telepathically connected to them. So if we can just explain things to them in a positive way, and when I say positive, I mean, not framing it in a scary way for them. You're
Mhm.
going to fail. You're not good at this. You're going to destroy my house. You're going to destroy the curtains. But instead, enjoy sleeping and resting while I'm gone. There's a toy here if
Okay.
you want to play.
So how about this? If in your one example, the lady, the dog was doing this and that and the other thing, and one of the things was peeing on the carpet. Now my dog does all of a sudden, we had a pet sitter, and after we came back, she's a totally different dog. She's terrified to go outside. And so we have to actually pick her up sometimes and bring her outside or put her on the leash and take her outside instead of using the doggy doors, etc. So in my mind, do I want to think with her about go outside and play in the yard? What kind of thoughts would I try to convey to her that going out in the yard is a safe place and it's a fun place and it's a happy place?
Right, right. Do you have memories of her before she got scared?
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
call on those memories. Imagine seeing her run through that doggy door and tearing it up in the yard. Imagine, like really see her doing that and saying to her, I love seeing you run outside whenever you want to. I enjoy that you go in and out of the house whenever it pleases you. I love that you feel safe here and that you feel safe outside. And instead of which you're probably thinking is, oh no, you're afraid of this door.
Mm.
And then it creates an energy and an image of her being afraid of the door,
I don't know if it's the door. It's something outside. She's terrified now. I don't
of
know what
being
happened.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That is really interesting. It's interesting that happened after you had a sitter come in.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I would just really being outside is safe, is fun. Imagine her playing and just seeing her, maybe resting in the yard sleeping.
Hmm.
When they lay down in grass or they're, laying down, it's because they feel safe.
Hmm.
And so really seeing images of her in those relaxed states, maybe create an image in your mind of her like sunbathing in the grass
Hmm.
and seeing that it's safe for her to be out there and do that.
I'm definitely going to give that a try for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that I mean it's interesting too because it's like did something traumatic happen and that's where, some trauma work can come in.
Yeah. I just wonder if she got maybe left outside, locked outside, and it was thunder or fireworks because it was the 4th of July, and there were
Oh,
some storms, and I think something like that happened, and she's terrified to be outside thinking she's going to be locked out again or
man.
something. Yeah.
Right. And that, that information is I think she's afraid that she's going to be locked out. And so you can say to her, whenever you go out, you're always welcome to come back in. We're here to let you back in.
Mm-hmm.
And you can come and go, but I'm always going to let you inside.
Yeah.
And that's just reframing that and helping her feel safe in your words.
Yeah. I know. I feel so bad for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Rachel, we're already down to only a couple of minutes left, so I wanted to give you a chance to tell our listeners about the gift that you have on your website and how they can, check everything out, your Facebook and your webpage and
Thank
all of
you.
that important information.
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram and Facebook. My business is under my name, Rachel Augusta, and you can find all that on my website, rachelaugusta.com. But there is a free audio that they can go and download to their phone or computer and listen to with their animals. And actually, Patty, this would be really great to listen to with your dog because she has some fear and trauma maybe from the
Mm-hmm.
storms. I have a lot of people who listen to this with their animals during 4th of July fireworks.
Mm.
A lot of dogs who have anxiety, and it's sort of a meditation healing for them with really soft binaural beats that helps relax them. And it's really great for animals who are sick or not sick, whether it's emotional or physical. It builds up their immune system through relaxation. And so this actually would probably be really good for your little dog since they're afraid to be outside now.
Yeah.
And so it helps calm them down and relax them. And I have a lot of people that tell me that they've turned it into a ritual of listening to daily with their animals because their animals love it so much.
I'll definitely do that when we get off the air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so thank you. And I mean, this has been a lot of fun to be on the show, and it's such a big, interesting topic that we could probably both talk about it for hours. So I appreciate this time
Yeah.
talking about it with you.
And I'm glad you were able to come on because this is a really unique concept or technique, I guess, that I'm going to definitely. I have a dog that I'm going to get right to work on that for sure.
Yes,
So I
yes,
appreciate it.
of course. And reach out if you need help reframing anything you're saying.
Okay.
Sometimes
I
it's good to have a second set of ears.
Yeah, I know because it is, I think, just human nature that we tend to go on the negative, like you say, versus the positive. So I'll have to really put my thoughts down and practice myself doing it the positive way. So thanks again, Rachel, for being with us. I really appreciate you offering all this information to everyone because I'm sure it will help.
Thank you.
Okay.
So fun.
All right, everybody. So again, it's rachelaugusta.com, and I'll have this information up on our Facebook page when so that you'll be able to go and listen to this healing audio that she's providing for everyone. I can't wait to listen to it. So, everybody, until next time, please remember that a lost pet can't tell anyone where it lives. So, please be sure your pet is microchipped and wearing its ID tags. And if it is chipped, that chip is registered and up to date. I'm your host, Patty G. Russo, and this has been Let's Talk Pets on Society Bites Radio. Thanks for joining us today. And until next time, take care and keep your pets safe.